rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rocker Knicks universe. Your main man, Uncle Freezy, Chief Rocker Supremo. I'm in the building with the man that needs no introduction.
Yes, sir.
Coach Mel Pickens in the building, aka Big Son. What's good, man?
Just off seasoning, bro. Just getting this long and winding road.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Just want to just say this real quick before we get into the stock up, stock down about the entire Knicks roster, how you feel, and your projections. Just want to say this. Push-ups don't work. Coach, I did 8 push-ups the other day, and I thought I was going to get up looking like The Rock, and it didn't work.
Nah, you look like the sock.
Yeah, I look like the sock. Yeah.
The one that's missing. You don't know where to.
No, I thought you was talking about Sacco. I thought you was talking about Sacco. Yeah, I thought you was talking about the Rock and Sock connection. yeah, but the one that's missing, yeah. He took all the good stuff with him. Yeah, man. Salute to the chat. Man, listen, man, I see all of y'all out there. Salute to everybody watching us on X and on YouTube. Appreciate the growing audience on X, man. Y'all have been phenomenal with the growth, man. Appreciate y'all. Man, Phenomenik is in the building. Kerry Cox, the son of the legend, Bodega Wi-Fi. What's good? Brandon Williams, HRM, our buddy, is in the building. Salute. Man, salute to everybody that's in the chat that hadn't posted anything. We feel y'all presence. We know y'all there. Coach, what's good, bro?
Man, I'm just been doing, the summer grind and holding off on looking at these fantasy football stuff.
Yeah.
I'm still creeping on the, I don't know, man. This is the first time. It's been a long time since I felt this way. As a Knick, I can't stop thinking about the Knicks still.
Bim.
I keep thinking about these dudes, man. They just all up and I tell you what, they can't get their name out of ESPN's mouth. And they still all over the place. Everyone's talking about the Knicks still, bro.
Yeah, man.
They still getting all weird with this Giannis business. All this, I'm sure we'll talk about all that stuff. But nah, man, I've just been happy. Front office been busy. You signed a couple solid vets. Clarkson, Yabusele, we got the coach.
Yep.
Got the last piece of the puzzle lingering with that minimum spot. Besides that, I'm excited. I've been checking out my Tampa Bay Bucks training camp footage. A lot of people are riding high about them.
They may have a top 10 offense this year, bro.
Top 10.
I don't know. I'm a Bears fan, bro.
They might be a top 2. I mean, who do you defend?
I don't know.
I know this ain't a Buck show, but the most touchdowns in the NFL the last 2 seasons passing are by a young man named Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, yo, people thought he was a journeyman, bro.
No, he just didn't get. Some guys just need that chance.
Some people, yo, you go to a terrible situation.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. They interviewed him the other day. I think he was on the Kelsey Brothers show or something. They're like, man, what's happening in Cleveland, man? And he's like, well, he's like, it was rough when I got there, but then a year or 2 later, I got him, went to playoffs. I thought things were going well, and they just gave up. He's like, well, that's not my problem now.
Yeah. And
that's
you know
what
what?
Yeah.
Duly noted, bro.
Yeah.
That's not his problem now, bro.
Yeah. So,
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So, like, I'm just excited to. It's just one of the best times of year for sports, man. We got football's coming around the corner. And my oldest son is about to play his senior year in college football. So
I'm excited about that, man.
He's back to wearing number 22. That was his old youth number coming up. His whole youth career, and it's for our family. It's like a lucky number in our family, number 22.
Okay.
So I made like this little collage because he had the media day pictures, when all them guys are posing in their uniforms and looking all suave.
Yeah.
So I took some of those pictures and made a little collage of him with those pictures, and then some old pictures when he was a little kid playing and me coaching him and stuff. I'll send it to you. It's pretty nice. I'm excited about that. Excited. Football's around the bend. The Knicks got a lot of things brewing, and we got a good things to look forward to, man. It's gonna be a good year for sports for me, I hope.
Right.
For all of us.
Bro, hey man. Hey, I'm here for all of it. I love football, man. You know how I feel about offense and defense. I love offense, bro.
Yeah.
I love offense in football. I love defense in baseball. Right? I don't love defense everywhere. I love defense in baseball, bro. I love offense in basketball and football. But hey, the stock up, stock down idea, I don't know if we can get it all in one night. Right?
Yeah.
But I have to, since you here, because what I was going to do is when you texted me, I was in a process of virtualizing what the templates would look like before I went to Canva to actually do them. Right? You know how you got to kind of get your idea. And I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to be able to do enough visual stuff in order to do the stock up, stock down thing. But what I can do is I can pick your brain about scenarios that will impact a player that causes his stock to either go up or go down. Right? Like we can have the discussion about it. Right. And chat, I want y'all to be along. I want y'all to join us in this exercise also. And separating the wheat from the whey when it comes to actual analysis and a whole bunch of noise. Right? Actual analysis and a whole bunch of noise. Right? And so one of the people that the first person I want to talk about in the stock up, stock down thing is Jalen Brunson. You notice how I got out of the way just now, right? For all the bullying. Do you think Jalen Brunson's stock will go up, go down, or stay the same under a new coach?
I think, even though for Knicks fans, it's hard to imagine his stock going up any more than it has. But I think his stock can go up by him having the same kind of production as he has been having, but more efficiently, because everything else is going to be running better around him. You know, everyone else is going to be in positions where he won't have to work as hard to get his,
right,
as he has in the past. I think Coach Brown is going to mid-max, it's called. The times when Brunson needs the ISO at the end of games, you know, maybe at the end of a quarter, you know, something like that. But other than that, I think we're going to see a different Brunson when it comes to, I think he's going to be facilitating a little more. He's going to play with a little more pace. I think he's very capable of that.
Okay.
So, long story short, from what I've been seeing, they've been talking about, you know, Brunson as the third best point guard in the league behind SGA and Luka.
Right.
And if you think about it, is SGA and Luka, are they traditional point guards? In the sense of point guard, you know what I mean? They're score first point guards, and they're considered the first and second best point guards in the league.
Right.
Now, a lot of our Knicks fans tend to be traditionalists on what they feel the point guard should be.
Right.
Like the OG New York point guard, got the handles, can dish it to everybody. You know, that's not Jalen Brunson's game.
Right.
I mean, so long story short, I think Jalen Brunson is still an MVP caliber player.
Okay.
So what was 2 years ago? What was he? Did he get? What did he get? Fifth in the voting?
Yeah, like seventh.
Seventh was it?
Yeah, you talking about the year before last?
Yeah.
When Randall was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last year, he was in the top 10 again voting, wasn't he?
But like number 10, remember he missed like 15 games?
Yeah, that's right.
And then 3 of the games that he played, he was injured. Remember the last game he played in the game 65? He wasn't right when he came back. Remember that? Remember he came back to make sure he hit that 65 game barrier?
Right.
That man wasn't right, bro. You know that man wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
So that may have impacted some stuff.
I think that's the only reason why I think his stock can still go up. Because I think he can still be a top 5 in the MVP vote.
Okay.
If he does the whole 25 points a game and gets upwards of 8 or 9 assists a game, and the Knicks win 55 to 60 games next year.
Right.
If they're the 1 or 2 seed.
Right.
And that's gonna, I think, elevate him. And I'm talking about, it's not gonna, one of those things where we only won 55 or 60 games because we just been coasting and we ain't trying to like play like it's the playoffs just to get 52 wins like someone else used to do, you know. Like it's gonna be one of them coasting 55, 60 games. To me, I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be like the old San Antonio Spurs. You can just book it. They're getting 60 wins every year, kind of vibe.
Right. But they could have won 68, 69 games.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, nah, man, we're gonna sit Timmy out this game.
Yeah.
Right. We're gonna let you remember when they used to have games where they just let Manu just get into rhythm? Like Manu would be in a slump and they'd be like, nah, this Manu game just to get in a rhythm. And they still might lose, but Manu got into rhythm. And so that's more important than beating the Sacramento Kings in San Antonio on a Tuesday night in April. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And last I checked, there was a coach on that staff for some of them teams back then.
Yeah.
He's a head coach of the Knicks right now.
He's the head coach of the Knicks right now.
So he knows what it's like. You know, that was the last time he was. I mean, obviously, when he was with Golden State, he had a team that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's been the part of. He hasn't had the luxury of head coaching a team with talent like this,
or a stable organization. Remember, Mike Brown has been in some very unstable organization type mess.
Right. Because even when he had the whole LeBron, that was like during the weird LeBron.
Yeah, the bad roster Cavs. Yeah. Let me say this real quick. Salute to the chat, man. If y'all like what y'all saying, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm here. You know, I guess you can make animal crackers out of this, right? You can make animal crackers, but coaches here or there. So if you like what you're seeing, unless your eyes just
so your eyes can see.
Yeah, so if you like what you're seeing and hearing, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and all that cool and all that cool stuff. Coach, let me complicate matters with a difficult question that's going to be hard to conceptually have an intelligent answer to, but we can guess based on past experiences, right? Is there a world where Mike Brown's sensitivities and system detract from what Jalen Brunson does on a nightly basis?
No.
Okay.
Because one thing I think Mike Brown knows how to do is
when,
like, keep his stars happy, whether it's to the detriment of the team or making the front offices unhappy.
Okay.
Like, I think he's even though he's a tough throwback coach in some senses with practice and other stuff, I think he's a player's coach.
Okay.
And I think even though he does have his way, I think he does take into consideration the stars of the team, like, unlike someone else. Like, I think Brunson is going to have a voice. He's going to keep Brunson happy. You know, I think Cat's going to have more of a say this year, as far as in the locker room.
Okay.
Because I think Cat is a lot more well liked than people think. Especially amongst teammates. They all seem to get along pretty well.
Okay.
On and off the court.
Yep.
So that goes a long way. I mean, we've seen super successful teams not get along.
Right.
So I think they kept Rick Brunson around for a reason. I don't think it's just to appease Jalen. I think Mike Brown does see value in Rick. I don't think he's going to have as much responsibility as maybe he had with Tibbs. But we'll see. Because I don't think Jalen Brunson needs dad around. You don't want him there.
Yeah. No, he was balling before Rick Brunson got here, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Was he? Did they bring Rick Brunson in year 2? Or did they come together? Did they get here? Yeah, Rick Brunson was here first. And then Jalen
was here first. Yeah. But he was playing just fine in Dallas without Rick around.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I know what it's like to coach your son from when he was little all the way up to a pretty high level. I mean, not this high of a level. I coached my oldest son in high school too, and I know, even though he leans on me still once in a while sometimes he talks to me as dad, sometimes he talks to me as his ex-coach,
Yeah.
He trusts. Sometimes it's those little things. I don't think Rick, when he talks in Jalen's ear, it isn't X to the nose. It's more like, get your ass, kind of thing, It's that one of those dads, lock it in, man.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like one of those little things you say, or that look or that whistle or, just little things that you do or say, But yeah, man. So long answer from what you were saying. I think I think that's going to be a good relationship. I think he's going to. I think Jalen Brunson's going to be fine no matter who the coach is in the end. But I think the kind of guys that Mike Brown are going to help are the Mikal Bridges and the Cats.
Right.
And OG's the kind of player where he's going to do what he does no matter who the coach is too. But I think Cat and Mikal Bridges.
Let me speak to the Brunson point
We'll
first.
get to that. My bad.
Yeah, let me speak to the Brunson thing first. Well, I agree at the top end of your point where Jalen Brunson is going to be an MVP candidate. I do think there are going to be some changes, and they're going to be stark and immediate changes, right? Change number one is Jalen Brunson is going to play defense in transition, right? It's not going to be any more of these, hey, JB, don't worry about stuff up the floor. Just get back to your box on our defense so that you can sneak in and get steals and get charges at the rim. I think that is gone, right? Because in theory, who would put their best player in harm's way to draw charges in a defense that also has a guy on the other box that's not a defender, but he's an elite rebounder for his size.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the transition defense thing is going to be corrected. Right. Like no more JB sprinting down the floor and Mikal Bridges and OG and whoever else on the floor is picking up the ball handler so JB can get back and conserve energy somewhat and be the box defender in a defense that had a lot of flaws.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, how that impacts his offense, I'm not for sure. I think Brunson is an all-time great scorer. Right. I think he's an all-time great scorer. Right. So I don't think his scoring ability is going to go away. Right. But I do think you'll start to see Jalen Brunson do other stuff. Right. Like for instance, you don't have to be an elite athlete to play defense because we saw, okay, I'll give an example, right, of maybe a 6'8" guy, maybe a 6'8" guy that can be an elite defender. I'll give you 3 of them, right? I'll say the first 2 names. They're in different eras. Name number 1 is Scottie Pippen. 6'7", 6'8", elite athlete, great defender, right? Then Dennis Rodman, 6'7", 6'8", elite athlete, great defender. But you know who else was a great defender and we rarely talk about, give credit to him? Shane Battier.
Yep.
Shane Battier for his time was an elite defender, right? May have been the best defender. It depends on how you feel about he and Tony Allen, James Posey, guys like that, right? And so basically what I'm saying is I'm not saying that Jalen Brunson is going to go from a guy that's an orange cone on defense to a guy that's going to be Chris Paul on defense. What I'm saying is I think he'll have different responsibilities under a new coach, right? Now, even with that, I don't think that's going to impact his overall scoring output.
Mm-hmm.
I think, though, under Mike Brown, you'll see Brunson, Bridges, OG have more natural defensive matchups. Now, does that mean Jalen Brunson is going to get beat off the dribble by Ja Morant? Of course it does, right? Because who doesn't get beat off the dribble by Ja Morant,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right? Chat, y'all feel me? Like, does that mean guys will does that mean Jalen Brunson will be the point of attack defender? No, that's not what it means, right? What I'm saying is different coaches have different schemes, right? Different coaches have different schemes and different philosophies. And so they implement the schemes and philosophies based on their experience, their feel for the game in the moment, and their personnel, right? They don't always use their scheme based on something that worked in prior years and have so much belief in the system that they don't deviate from it. Like Buddy Ryan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Rex Ryan, hell. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, and Marty Schottenheimer, right? I think Jalen Brunson will look a little different. I don't think that his scoring number will be impacted. I do, however, feel with in a Mike Brown system. Hey, salute y'all, man. We see y'all in the chat, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. We're trying to get to 250,000 subscribers. I think we're stuck in the mid-20s now. We've been stuck in the 20,000s for like 3 months. So, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining to everybody, but just want to, help us grow. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this for the first time and maybe you're not subscribed to the channel so that you can comment directly to what Coach is saying, so you can add content to the channel and things of that sort, right? But on the Jalen Brunson thing, I think Jalen Brunson have to become something. He has to be the same player, but a different version of the same player in order for the Knicks to develop winning habits. For instance, he's got to pick up in transition, right? Like he's got to. It's like when the Vikings. You remember when the Vikings used to talk to Randy Moss about blocking? They're like, Randy, man, listen, can you at least act like Randy? Like, nah, man. Why are we worried about Robert Smith? You want him to break a long run? Just throw it to me deep, chunk it, Dante. Yeah, I heard him say that in a training camp, right? Y'all worried about me blocking? You want me to block for you, man? Just throw it to me. But anyway, we got to get like JB in this thing of, because I think he cares about all these topics that we discuss. When I hear Jalen Brunson talk, I think Jalen Brunson is probably the most, of all the superstars the Knicks ever had, I think Jalen Brunson is the most tuned in to the public during his playing time. I think when we say stuff about Jalen, I think that stuff gets back to, like, I think he is more in tune to the fans more so than other stars. And that can be a double-edged sword. I think it's a great thing, and I'm excited about the fact I'm excited about saying that about a superstar New York athlete, right? But with Mike Brown, I do believe there's going to be some element of JB. We can't have you taking charges for the entire season, because if you all it takes is for you to hit the floor one time and not get up, and now we're like the Indiana Pacers and Boston Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For those that think I'm nitpicking on Jalen Brunson, I'm not. Just think about Jalen Brunson taking a charge, not getting up, and now we're the Indiana Pacers or Boston Celtics. So I do think that we're gonna kind of take care of Jalen Brunson in a different and better way, and that's by having him by running up and down the floor, by more running. You don't have to be as explode, because when you run, you create natural space. Coach, you feel what I'm saying? You ever notice, like, at the end of a football game when the offense goes no huddle, you notice how they move the ball more against a gas defense than they do against the first quarter defense?
Yeah.
I think that's what we're looking at. I think we're looking at going in that direction. Now, do I think his stock is going to go up or down? I think his stock is going to go up in a non-traditional sense, right? I think his stock is going to go up because I think for the first time in Jalen Brunson's career, he's going to get 4 to 5 easy shots per game, as opposed to the Thibodeau era when he got 0 easy shots per game, and the Dallas era where he got maybe 2 easy shots per game. Right? I think he's going to get 4 to 5 easy looks per game, which will help in these efficiency numbers that get Jalen Brunson more closer to 50, 40, 90.
Yeah.
Rick Moore is in the building. Cardiac Knicks, Ivory 10 up. In game is in the building. In game in the building.
Yes,
So, Coach, what do you think about that analysis? Jalen Brunson improving, and what the other point I was going to get at is by helping in transition defense, I think it's going to vicariously help him in transition offense, get more spot up threes and say corner threes and such, like the threes we were missing in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If you take Bridges out of that spot and put Brunson in that spot, I think you get different outcomes. For one, if you put Brunson in that spot, a lot of times those threes are not going to be there because Brunson's a shooter, right? But unless you're Coach Malpica, you can't be in 2 places at one time. You either guard the rim or you guard the corner 3, right? That's just it.
That's it.
So if they take away the corner 3, OG and our elite athletes are going to be dunking at the rim. If you take away the paint. And I'm talking about in transition, everybody, not in the half court. In transition on odd man rushes. Coach, you know what an odd man rush is, right? You're an athlete. You know what an odd man rush is. It's like screen pass when you get two receivers, one block the corner, the other one has a tunnel, a lane to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what do you think about my thought on Jalen Brunson being a more dynamic, impactful player under Mike Brown just by doing more stuff?
I think that's spot on, man. I mean, that's what I think the front office thinks the same thing. That's why they made the decision they made to run it back with the core of who we have. And they believe in the team for a reason. And I think Brunson, if you look at trajectories of primes and age, Brunson is in ascension mode. He just started getting here. I mean, you forget he's still only 27, 28.
I think he'll be 20. I think he'll be 29 at the end of the month.
28. Well,
Or something like that. 28 at the end of 29. It seems like he'll be 29. I'll ask my assistant here. Let me ask the assistant.
Yeah. Googleina.
Yeah. ChatGPT.
But
Yep, he's 28. He'll be 29 on August 31st.
All right. Yeah, man. I think you know, when you put together a new, like last year, we put together a brand new team, and we're underplaying that side of it too. Not only are we going to get a new driver of the car.
Right.
Now the car's broken in. It's warmed up now. Like these guys are all used to playing with each other. And now it's time to just open up, hit that gas and let her ride, let her go. Take off the corner. Just let the floodgates open.
Right.
You know, like a thoroughbred. Just let him go.
Let him go.
Just he wants to sprint. He wants to go. Let him go.
You're gonna have to play more than 9 people though.
Yep.
Right. So you're gonna have to play more than 9 people, everybody. And I know we're used to an 8-man rotation. When a player gets injured, a 7-man rotation. Somebody in foul trouble, a 6-man rotation. Right.
I'll take our top 10 on anybody's right now, bro.
Yeah.
We're 10 deep easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the only other team that's close is the champs, like the Thunder.
Yeah.
But I don't think on the top end, besides SGA, I mean, I don't know.
If Jalen Brunson got the SGA foul calls,
he'd average 34 points a game.
Man,
got free throws.
you know, you feel me?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I think, yeah. I think that thing in the league that was building towards OKC winning the championship. They've been headed that way for a minute, right? The league trying to show everybody how to do it. I think there's some politics.
Yeah.
They look like the corniest champion I've ever seen. The OKC, and listen, do I respect how they built? Yes. Do I think there is some Mema Jahambo going on? Absolutely. Some of those foul calls in the NBA final where a defender can't even put his hands up. The light-skinned dude on that was guarding SGA was about to cry because he couldn't even put his hands up. The thing you get taught to do since you eyes on the ball, you know what I'm saying? All these things you get taught that don't even work against SGA. The referee just waiting to blow the whistle. I think but if Jalen Brunson get that, one of the other things about Brunson, though, I'm gonna say this, chat. One of the things about Jalen Brunson this year, and I'm glad we kind of went down this road because it was one of the things I had stashed away in my back pocket, right? And chat, y'all know me. I don't want to dismiss everything on every show because then tomorrow we won't have nothing to talk about, right? But or you never know. Maybe one thing leads to another. We should try it. All right. So one of the things I know for a fact is going to happen if you foul Jalen Brunson and Mike Brown don't like it. Mm-hmm. Mike Brown don't care about getting those texts donated, the money donated to charity. He don't care. It's one of the reasons why, Coach, I think they are in the hunt for a supreme assistant coach. So when Mike Brown gets ejected, because it's going to happen once or twice during the year, you'll have somebody over there that kind of know what they're doing a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that 22-23 season, he was fined a couple times after his text.
Yeah. Yeah, you found Jalen Brunson now with this coach, and he don't like it.
He gonna say something.
Yeah, hey, y'all ain't playing no more basketball until he heard. The referee gonna be walking around like Mike. Okay, all right. We heard Mike. We heard you. No, Mike. Don't make me check you up. You're gonna get that, right? And you're not gonna get like the yappy dog on the porch that just yapped at the gate but ain't never been outside, right? You ain't gonna get that. Like the mailman come through the house every day. He ain't even worry about the dog because all the dog do is yap. He don't come outside, right? But under Mike Brown, and this is one of the things to Jalen Brunson why I think his stock is gonna go up in an unconventional way. I think by him being more active all over the floor, more cameras on Jalen Brunson, I think Jalen Brunson is a 50-40-90 candidate. Let's talk about somebody at the back end of the roster, though. Let's not just talk about the starters, and then let's talk about somebody at the back end of the roster. How about who do you think is the worst player on the team, or hasn't shown as much? So let's talk about Tyler Kolek. Let's talk about TKO. You think his stock could be up or down with Mike Brown?
Not counting the two-way guys or counting them too?
Yeah. Let's count the guys we think will play at some point.
If we get a point guard or a ball handler with this last vet minimum, Kolek ain't playing.
Oh boy. So you're thinking stock down on Tyler Kolek. Okay.
Because here's the other thing that a lot of people are sleeping on. Jordan Clarkson's a better ball handler than you think.
Hell yeah.
Bro, that dude, a lot of people are worrying about who can bring in the ball up the court. You ain't got to worry about that with him on the court.
With Jordan Clarkson? Hell no.
And the thing is, over the last 3 seasons, he's averaged more assists at Utah than he ever had. He averaged 5 2 years ago. He averaged 4.7. This is off the bench. Now, if you give him, he's a starter, he probably averaged more lately.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need, he wasn't looked to for that. But he played that role because besides Collier, they didn't have a traditional point guard on that team. So he can do it. So with that being said, Kolek stock down, man. Like, and it bums me out because he showed so much potential with being a willing passer and seeing the passes, but I just watched him this summer league throw such ill-advised passes.
Yeah,
his decision, like the physical stuff, it doesn't bother. Like a lot of people are obsessed with, oh, he's too weak, he's too short, bro. Y'all ever heard of a guy named Brevin Knight?
Yeah.
The dude was 5'10", and he was probably the best defensive point guard in the league for 10 years.
Yeah.
He actually had the best defensive rating, I think, guarding the point in the 90s. And that dude was 5'10". He was lucky.
You ever heard of Muggsy Bogues?
Yeah, dude, bro, Muggsy, like everyone that says, oh, dude, we're too short, bro. I watched 5'3" Muggsy Bogues defend Michael Jordan. I'm not saying he did the best against him, but he defended him. I mean, everyone.
I ate a steak next to Muggsy Bogues in Charlotte.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And Baron Davis was there too. Baron Davis has a magnetism to him, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like, man, I don't know what it is about Baron Davis. Like when Baron Davis is in a room, it's something about you that attracts your eyeballs. Like
I always love Baron Davis, man.
Yeah. But to your point, though, I agree. I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, but like Kolek to me is. So what I was saying was, I'm not even talking about his decision making is what bothered me more than anything. I can deal with him still needing to hit the gym a little bit, or clean up his shot, ball handling, whatever. But there's no excuse for the decisions or lack thereof.
Oh, Telegram. When you remember we were watching on playback, the telegraphed passes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then the telegraph passes, and then like the panic passes.
yeah.
The like when you're about to lose the ball, you just kind of throw it
Yeah.
across the court. You know, it's like, what the hell are you doing?
What is he doing?
So, as far as bottom of the rosters, to me, I think DOR's ahead of him in the chance to play department.
No, don't do that to me, coach.
Bro, that's only speaking well because of DOR, I think. I think he surprised me, bro.
His ball handling is nice, but on the if I may chime in on the Tyler Kolek thing,
Yeah.
I agree. I think his stock is not down right now, even after a bad summer league. But I do think that arrow is ready to start ticking down if that summer league stuff makes it to training camp.
Yeah.
Right? Because if that summer league stuff makes it to training camp, it's not going to make it into the season. I can promise you that. Right? I can guarantee you that if the summer league Tyler Kolek makes its way to training camp, they'll be in a rush to bring in another ball handler. Right? After training camp cuts. Y'all know that weird time, like that weird 5 days or so, like right after training camp and before preseason, that little window. I can guarantee you they'll bring in another ball handler. Right. And my thing is, I don't want it to be that way. I like Tyler Kolek. Man, I gave him a nickname, man. I call that dude TKO.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want him to fail. But at the same time, it's better to fail early and get it fixed than to fail when we need you and have no other alternative.
Or it's gonna be another love TKO.
TKO.
Oh,
Bro, I lost it. True story, man. I was at Fort Hood, Texas, and a dude in my first novice boxing match, I lost to a dude because he kept punching me in the stomach. Right? Because I was a tough guy. I was like, hit me in the chin. And I was like, because I felt like I had a strong chin. He's like, nah, country boy, I'm gonna hit you in the stomach. And I was like, you gonna go to the body? Be a man. Coach, he started throwing hooks to the body, bro. It sounded like, because I was skinny, it sounded like he's playing a xylophone. It sounded like that man was playing a xylophone on my ribs, bro. My stomach was hurting for like 3 weeks after that, bro. I used to see that dude in the PX, and he's like, hey, man. I'd be like, hey, you lucky next time I see you. And then I did avenge that. Next time I saw him, I did win. But that was a year or so, like year and a half down the road, or whatever. But when I lost to him, my totally mature and grown up 19-year-old friends, right? Like after I lost, they talk about looks like I got to let it go. Another third round TKO because I got TKO'd in the third. Thank you, you 19 mature and grown up 19-year-old, 20-year-old friends. Thank y'all for being adults.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So, yeah, man. Tyler, I'll put it this way. This front office, I would like to think we ain't putting these draft picks or youngins in the incubator for a couple years anymore.
Nah.
We ain't got time for that mess, bro.
Nah. Ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, I got a clip of Ain't Nobody Got Time for That. Hold on. Let me see if I got the Ain't Nobody Got Time for That clip. Let me see if I still have it. Is it up here? Ain't nobody got time for that? Let me see if I
Save that stuff for the Wizards, and the Nets, and the Jazz.
I don't have it. Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't have it no more. Let me see if I.
God damn it.
No, I don't have. Yo, what you know about
Children?
South Park? Anybody know anything? Where's anybody got time for that?
Children.
Let me see if I can find anybody got
Oh,
time.
my child.
Oh no, I lost it, Coach. I don't have it no more.
Suck 'em?
I don't have it. It's not named.
You got a bunch of good ones there, though.
Where is it? I can't find it.
Oh,
RJ Barrett at the rim,
RJ
everybody.
layup line.
RJ Barrett at the rim.
Oh, goodness.
Where is it? Ain't nobody got time for that. Where is that? Okay, nope, not that. Okay. Yeah, I think it may be gone.
We need a guy for that.
Yeah, what? Because I had the girl doing it. Anybody got time for that? Let me see if I can show more. Let's show more.
You should
No, I don't have it.
get a Hall & Oates clip for that, too. I can go for that. No can do.
Yeah, I think now I have to recreate it now. I have to create another. God dog it. Yeah, man. But yeah, Tyler Kolek, I don't think his arrow is going down. I do believe, however, these habits, the stuff that we saw in Summer League, if they make it to training camp, I think he as good as gone, bro.
Yeah.
And even though he's a redshirt freshman, I think he.
Yeah, sometimes them red shirts, they stay home after Christmas break.
Yeah.
They don't come back.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
They go back home and see that old high school sweetheart, or get some of mama's cooking, and they forget to go back for the second semester.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm not trying to say I give up on them. I'm not trying to. But I just think there's a couple other young guys with higher upside right now.
Yeah.
For him to wait, for him. I mean, because we gave up some draft picks, we do have to make sure some of these youngins we do have turn into something.
Yeah. And remember how we acquired Tyler Kolek. We traded out of the first round, right, to acquire more second round picks, and then traded back up those picks to get Tyler Kolek, and then we paid him one of the richest second round pick contracts ever. So the Knicks really, really believe in this guy, man.
I think he definitely has the skills and the ability. I don't want to blame the situation in Summer League. Like, Summer League was just weird this year. Our coach wasn't even hired yet.
Yeah.
He didn't have any real direction. We were just throwing them guys out there.
Running the same offense they ran last year.
Yeah.
High ball screen, pick and roll. Big man in the pivot. They ran the split action, the Jokic play with Huck Porty, where Huck Porty was inside the circle, wanting to run the Jokic split action, but the shooters couldn't get open. And then when they were open, they couldn't hit. And then our cutters were so weak. Like outside of Pacom Dadier, but our cutters, Beauchamp and Dink Pate, and those guys are not girthy, right? So when they cut to the rim, it's just not there.
Yeah. But if he can play, Mike Brown will Check him out.
With all that, coach, with all that, and not to cut you, with all that though, if Tyler Kolek was hitting his 3-ball, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Because his defense was improved. It's not great, but it was better than it was last year. And his 3-ball in Summer League looked, outside of that one game when he was like 5 for 9 or 4 for 7 or whatever it was, 6 for 11, whatever it was, whatever game that was, he broke out in that one Summer League game. Everything else, man, he was out there looking like Alfred Payton.
Yeah. Well, luckily we're in a situation where we don't have to play Ron Baker. Like we've had teams before where Tyler Kolek had to play,
Right.
regardless of how ready he was or not.
Right.
So that's the positive, at least.
Right.
We
You think he
gotta-
can be our Fred VanVleet?
It'd be nice.
It'd be nice, right?
I mean, he's got a very similar game as
Yeah.
Fred does, really. Like
Right.
Fred, no one, I don't care what people say, no one knew who the hell Fred Van Vliet was until all of a sudden he was this dude in Toronto starting to play some games.
So I'm a nerd. I knew who he and Ron Baker were, but not for the reason why you think, right? Not to be obnoxious, but I'm gonna tell you why. Him and Ron Baker used to be the dudes passing that ball to Karl-Anthony Early in college basketball. That's how I know who they were. Like they were the dudes getting the ball to Karl-Anthony Early. Like get it to Karl-Anthony Early and get out of the way, right? They were those dudes. That's how come I knew them, because I think they made a run to the Sweet 16 one year, and Karl-Anthony Early was the guy for them. So that's how I know who they are, not because of what they done and what they did in the NBA or whatever. Because if you ask me to be honest, if you ask me, did you think Fred VanVleet was gonna be a quality NBA starter for 8, 9, 10 years? I'd have been like, hell no. I would have almost bet you something. But nobody knows it all.
Yeah, because like Fred VanVleet's first year, he didn't play really. He played like 30-something games. He only had like 2 points a game or something.
Yeah.
And then his second year, he actually played like 20 minutes a game off the bench.
Yeah.
And he actually was in the voting for Sixth Man of the Year that year.
Hey, you remember Norm Powell? Remember him and Norm Powell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, he's still, I mean, he only averaged 8.5 points and 3 assists. It's not like he was, and he wasn't a full-time starter until his 4th year in the league.
Yep. After they tore it down in Toronto.
Yeah. Then he got a chance. So, yeah, with that being said.
Remember him and Kyle Lowry?
I mean, talk about that. You worried about a small backcourt.
They had 2 dots back there, two short, thick guards.
Yeah.
They had some donkeys in the backcourt. Like, yeah.
But, and a lot of, when you say that out loud, start trying to compare Tyler Kolek to Fred VanVleet. People think we're crazy, but we would have been crazy to say that, talk about Fred VanVleet about in that way.
I know.
So
Let me
I don't think Toronto was in situation the Knicks were in at
Nah.
that time, though.
Nah,
So
they
I don't think Kolic's going to get that opportunity in year 2,
right.
barring, knock on wood, barring an injury.
A NASCAR crash is what it'll take for him to be the starting point. But let me ask you about a polarizing Knicks player and have the stock up, stock down conversation about this Knicks player. Right? Because there are 3 of them that I could name that the Knicks fan base will go crazy as soon as I say their name. Right? I'm gonna say Karl-Anthony Towns. Does Karl-Anthony Towns' stock go up or down in a Mike Brown system that is gonna run the floor and play hard man-to-man defenses, switchable defenses?
I think as far as individual stats and accolades wise, Cat's stock's going to go down. But as far as how good he is for the Knicks and how successful he's going to be and help us be, so like his stock's going to go up as far as his efficiency, the way he's going to be used. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Cat only averaged like 20 this year, but still had like 13, 14 rebounds.
That's a lot of damn rebounds.
Yeah, and he's going to be like he's going to shoot more threes. But he's going to have them games where he has 40, 50.
Like the Atlanta game where he go for 40 and 25 rebounds.
Yeah. But there's going to be some games where we're beating the brakes off some people and he only's got 14 or 15 halfway through the third quarter, and Huck Porty and Mitch are playing a little more. So you can just chill out. Like, I see that happening.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to play more than 30 minutes a game, which that's how it should be. Your starting center in the league shouldn't be playing in today's NBA. During the regular season, he should be about right at 30. And then you can amp it up a little in the playoffs. It's fine.
Right.
So because of that, so I don't know if that means his stock goes down, though. Like, he's going to be a more efficient piece, and the flow of his game is going to flow better. But as far as individual stats and accolades, like third team NBA and all that, I think his stock's going to go down because he's going to have a stat line that's similar to Sabonis or Vucevic or something. But his stat line's like that in the flow of a team that's a 55 to 60 win team, where he's a piece of the puzzle and not the focus of the team, the offense.
Okay.
So, and the only reason why I'm expecting that is because I'm expecting Bridges and Anunoby and Clarkson and Yabusele, them guys scoring to go up. And I think Cat's scoring's going to go a little bit down not because he's going to be worse, because his usage rate isn't going to be as, and not usage. I just think he's going to be used in better ways.
Okay.
More efficiently. So I'm just going to say his stock's going to go up in that sense.
Okay.
Like his importance to the team. Because it's going to be year 2. his comfort level with everybody.
So okay, so here's my thing with Cat. The more spreading the floor that other teams do, the more threes Cat hits, right? Like when we play up and down, Cat is knocking down threes, right? Right? Because in transition, you got to pick up the closest person to you, right? You can't just, to stop the ball and then run over to your guy and then say, time in. No, you can't do that, right? You have to, whatever. It's like tackling in football. Linebackers don't tackle, just tackle running backs, and DBs just don't tackle receivers. Like everybody's tackling everybody, right? And so the thing is, the more physical the game gets, and I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but I noticed this during the year. I didn't mention, though, but the more physical teams Cat plays, like Orlando, the more rebounds this dude gets. When you look at that man game log, the more physical team, I think Cat had a 22 rebound game against Oklahoma City. He had 22 rebounds. And against Orlando, he had another big rebound. He had 22 rebounds in an Orlando game. Right? And so my thing is, in terms of impact, I'm thinking his stock may go up, but in a non-elevation type way. Right? Like, I know that don't make sense, everybody. I know that don't make sense. But what I'm saying is on nights where he's knocking down the three, his rebounding numbers are not going to be ideal, right? Because if he's rebounding from the three-point line, that might mean he's missing, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's rare. Like, Coach, when's the last time you saw a guy have 10 made threes and 10 rebounds in the same game? Never, right? That's 2K stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's 2K stuff. Right? But what if I say, when's the last time a dude had 7 made threes and 7 rebounds? In your mind, you're like, oh, that's easy. That's somebody could do it. It might not happen every night, but maybe somebody does it once a week around the league. Nah, it's more rare than that. It's more rare than that. And so when I think about Cat stock going up or down, I think his numbers will look fantastic. I think his impact on winning will probably be the same, if that makes sense.
Right.
Because I think Cat is going to, in the Mike Brown up and down the floor type system, I think he'll get 2 or 3 easy shots a game. Right? I think Mike Brown, every time Cat get fouled, I think the referees know Mike Brown's going to have a tantrum. Right? Will you defend your own players? Right? Will you, like, Coach and I probably, how many games we watched this past season together? About 70? Maybe 75?
At least, yeah.
Right? And it's not because of Coach, it's because of my schedule was weird. Like, sometimes I just didn't get off until the game is over. Right? But there were games that you, the Knicks fan, and Coach and I, also Knicks fans, saw Karl-Anthony Towns go to the rim and get molested, accosted, right? And Tom Thibodeau is screaming at his player, play through it. And you like, Tibbs, come on, man. You telling him to play through it, not only do the other team hear that, the referees hear that. Now they're not obligated to blow the whistle.
Exactly.
Right, this year, Cat go to the rim and get accosted. Mike Brown is not letting them play another NBA minute until somebody hear what he got to say.
And if the ref don't want to hear it and starts walking away, he's gonna chase him down.
Yep. Walk out on the floor. Do a Jason Kidd and call a timeout so that you can rip the referee for like 2 straight minutes.
And if you don't have a timeout, you tell someone to bump into you and knock some ice.
Yeah. Because you are going to be heard. You're going to hear me. Right. So I think efficiency wise, I think Cat is the perfect Batman in a Justice League scenario where you already have your Superman and your Aquaman and your what's the black dude with the red eye? Yeah, know it's like your chat, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like you already have your Wonder Woman, your Aquaman, and the black dude with the technology. Y'all know who I'm talking. Why do
I want you to struggle through it. You got it. Come on.
Red eye.
Come on, man.
Red eye. I'm gonna call him Black and Red, the Black and Red guy.
Come on, man. He's the black guy of the Justice League. You should know him, bro.
Cyborg. Yeah, that's his name. Cyborg. Yeah. I was just about to call him Tyrone. Chat, I was just about to call that man Tyrone. Good thing Brandon Williams said Cyborg. I was just about to call that man Jamal.
Yeah. The only black guy in the Justice League.
But yeah, man. So you already had a Cat doing what Cat does is the perfect complement to Jalen Brunson because Jalen Brunson is our superhero, right? And so on nights where Jalen Brunson doesn't have it, it's okay to let Cat be the guy, right? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay to have a guy that is comfortable being the second or third best guy on a nightly basis, depending on matchups and fatigue level and health and scheme from the other team and all of that stuff. So I think Cat's defense is worrisome, though, Coach. I think Cat's defense in a Chris Finch defense, in a Tom Thibodeau defense, I think it's worrisome. I think Cat's defense in a multifaceted, switchable defense is ideal. I don't care about Cat getting switched onto point guards, right? I don't care if they run the pick and roll and Cat gets switched onto Ja Morant, because Ja is going to win anyway, right? It don't matter. It don't matter if you got Deuce McBride's not shutting down Ja Morant, right? But team defense can shut him down.
I have no problem when Mitchell Robinson's in the game and letting Cat defend on the perimeter. And he don't have to drop. He don't have to sink back, do any drop back coverage or nothing. Just stay up there.
Yeah.
And if you get driven by, Mitch will be there.
Yeah. Or OG.
40.
Or Bridges.
OG. Yeah.
Yeah. Or one of the things that Tom Thibodeau let out of the bag, and I think it may have led to him getting fired, was at the end of the Chicago Bulls game where he let everybody switch and Mikal Bridges wound up on Vucevic, and Vucevic tried to shoot it at the rim and Mikal Bridges blocked his shot to win the game. All ball. Right? And so when a coach says, "Hey, rim protection, you gotta have a big tree back there to swat everything." No, you don't. You just have to have a body back there that's big and athletic enough to deter people at the rim. Because rim protection doesn't mean block shots. Rim protection means deterrent. It's one of the reasons why Mitchell Robinson is not one of the leaders in shot blockers every year, because people don't try him. You want to talk about another young player? Let's talk about Malcolm Dadier. Stock up, stock down on chat. Stock up, stock down on Malcolm Dadier.
Stock's up, man. Shows his height.
Yeah. I heard that dude's 7 foot. Somebody DM'd me and said that dude's 7 foot in shoes. And I was like, you better not ever, don't ever DM me again. What you mean, Uncle Freezy? I mean, these dudes, the soles on these dudes' shoes, man. Like, how tall are you in shoes? Like, how tall I am in shoes? Okay, I don't care, right? I'm a outlier because I'm tall in the human race. This dude's tall for NBA basketball. That's crazy. That's a difference. Like, Coach is a tall person for everyday life, right? Like, Coach come through and he's standing around people 5'7", 5'8". You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is huge. This dude is a superhero, right? But the Pacom Dadier thing, one of the things I'm hearing, one of the things I keep getting DM, Coach, is Pacom Dadier is a shooter. Like a shooter. Like a dude told me, don't be surprised if Pacom Dadier turns into Klay Thompson.
This guy needs to play, bro. They need to let this kid play. Like, I don't need to see him at the end of a game when there's a blowout. I don't need to see him run around with a bunch of other wannabes in summer league. I want to see this kid play with other quality starters in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's when I think we're going to see what he can really do, because I think he's good enough and his skill set suits being the fifth starter. Besides Josh Hart, bro.
Calm down. Relax.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, you got to relax, bro.
Hey, this dude has, now you notice what I said. His skill set, his size fits what we need in our starting lineup. I'm not saying he's shown that he's ready per se.
Right.
But how many no-name young guys have been thrown into starting lineups in the league? And we see it all the time.
Right.
And if anything, the safest way to do it is when you got four other guys that are as good as the guys we got.
Right.
What's it going to hurt? Nothing. Start them off. Let them play a little bit with them. If you don't
Coach. Hold up. Pacom Dadier is 20 already. His birthday is July 27th.
Hey.
All right. Pacom Dadier. Again, bro, I'm sorry.
And if it don't work, all right, Josh, come on in. All right, Mitch, come on in.
Right.
All right, Deuce. All right, Jordan Clarkson. Okay, Yabusele. Keep going. Like, it ain't going to hurt to try. That's the problem we had before. Someone was scared to try some shit.
Right.
Just try it. I'm not saying that we've got to reinvent the wheel.
Right. Do you think Tibbs didn't play the kids because he was coaching for his job? Like, he knew he was gone? Do you think Leon Rose said, hey, Tibbs, listen, it's championship or bust. If you don't win a championship, you fired.
I think Tibbs has always coached in the mindset of you just got to do whatever we can to win. I just want the guys out there that I know I can trust and know what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even think he thinks about that. His job. He's one of those those guys at work, he puts his head down and just does his work. And sometimes guys like that have success because they're getting some work done, they're getting their job done.
Right.
But sometimes those are the guys that get stuck in the cubicle and stay there.
Right.
They don't get the office with the view because they didn't pick the head up and look around.
Yeah, because they wouldn't notice the view anyway, because their head is always down.
Yeah. Like, that's how I think Thibodeau is.
Right.
I'm not knocking his work ethic, his knowledge, his ability. But sometimes, man, you got to pick your head up and look around.
Right.
You got that hottie over there in the third cubicle over that's been trying to borrow your stapler when she has a stapler. Like, she's just trying to come and talk to you, but you didn't even know because your head's down. The analogy to that is you got a couple youngins there that you might have a little something. Just give them a chance to play. No one knew Huck Porty, be honest, everybody. Last year, when the season started, right off the bat, the rookies we were thinking might have a chance to maybe play a little bit was like Dottier and Kolick. And then we knew McCullough was out a while. And Huck Porty was like third on the list. We didn't think he was going to play. But look at the rookie that wound up playing the most or like got some action, real action. And it wasn't because Thibodeau believed in him or really wanted him to give him a chance. It's because we had injury. Mitch wasn't there. He didn't want to couldn't trust Sims anymore. And we had injuries. So Huck Porty was forced to get a chance to play. And he actually showed something. And it started to excite some of us, a fan base, thinking, oh, wow, man, Huck Porty's got a little something. And then unfortunately, he got injured himself. So we wouldn't have known that if Mitch wasn't hurt and Achua was out for a little bit. And, we had people out where Huck Porty got a chance. Like, I'm glad Hart, Bridges, and OG stayed healthy. But the only way we would have seen what Dottie could do is one of them got hurt. So to me, the front office drafted these kids and got them for a reason. You don't put guys on a roster and put them on your bench, and they all are only insurance policies all the time.
Right.
Sometimes they're like, how did you know peanut butter and jelly work together?
You didn't.
You did. That's the last thing you think of, putting some peanuts and grapes together.
Right.
Or peanuts and strawberries, Like,
right.
Like when you're a kid, I used to say this to some of my kids, when they were afraid to eat something. Like, I don't want to try it. I don't want to eat that. That's gross. I'm
Right.
like, how'd you know you like pizza till you tried it the first time?
Right.
Like, you ain't born and like, well, I love pizza. You got to try it first.
Right.
Just like, same thing with, I don't give a, you know what? None of our fans, I don't care how much you think you know about the game, I'm not even ever going to say this. There's no way you can watch a guy play, watch his highlights, watch them play in college, watch a little bit of summer league, and then automatically say, "Oh, that guy's just trash."
Right.
You don't know till he let him get in the game and play.
Yep.
Give him a few games, then we'll see. Because I've seen a lot of guys who were nobodies in college, who you ain't never heard of, came from Europe or from wherever, and they became. I mean, look at Dennis Robbins' college career.
Oh my God.
I mean, some of these dudes, you ain't never heard of some of these guys, like until they got to the NBA.
Right.
I mean, yeah, not everyone is Cat, number one picks. And think about
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, the top 10 players in the NBA right now. Who is there a number one pick in there?
Yeah.
I mean, the closest one is
Luka.
Luka was number 3, wasn't he?
Depending on how you feel about LeBron right now. I mean, yeah.
But you're talking the polarizing best guys besides Luka. Giannis was like mid first round.
Yeah.
Jokic was second round. Brunson second round. SGA wasn't he in the mid lottery? Wasn't even, so this whole thing, man, where everyone thinks the top guy in the league is the number one pick, that stuff's over, man.
Yeah, that stuff is over.
Like, it comes down to the teams that have the wherewithal and that to take chances and to give guys opportunity. And the Knicks started doing that. We gave Jalen Brunson an opportunity to run a team, his own team.
Yep.
And look what it did.
Yep.
So if we did that at the core with our best player, we gave our best player a chance. And look what it did. That should tell you right there.
That should tell you everything you need to see.
Give these other dudes a chance. Honestly, I'm sorry to say this.
Look at Hartenstein.
Yeah. Hartenstein's another one.
Yeah.
Gave him a chance. Look what happened.
Yeah.
OG Anunoby, everyone thought about his upside being pretty good and all, but he was an injury-prone guy who had upside.
Coming out of high school, people thought he was going to be LeBron, bro. And he did. That dude kept having knee injuries, like small ones, and then he tore like a ACL, and that kind of derailed him a little bit. But man,
but if you think about it, the year when we got OG, that was risky. We gave up the number 3 pick and an ascending young point guard.
Yeah.
For a maybe.
Yeah.
Give a guy we gave OG Anunoby a chance to be a bigger part of a team.
Right.
And be counted on. And look what he did. So we have a team littered with those kind of guys. And here we don't do it with our young ones. We don't give them a damn chance.
We don't give them a shot, bro.
When you got your 2 or 3 best players, were built on being given the chance. So that's why that's what used to drive me nuts. And that's why, in the end, I think it drove the front office nuts, because they felt the same way I just said. Look, man, we gave guys chances to play. Look how they turned out for us.
Right.
We brought them in here to play. Now we did our due diligence and drafted these kids. You're not playing them. I mean, I wasn't the biggest Obi fan. We didn't give him enough of a chance.
No.
to play. You know, in India, yeah, he's got some holes in his game I'm not a fan of, but he was an important contributor to a team that was in the hunt for the championship.
Yeah.
You know, so I that's all I ask for. That's all I can ask for from Mike Brown at this point. Is be a guy that's going to be giving a brother a chance.
Give a brother a chance.
Yeah. I want to see Pacome Dottie get some minutes. I want to see let Colt play a little bit. Let Diawara play a little bit. This is the season that you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Because besides Cleveland, Orlando's got to figure out what they got. They got a new team to figure out. And Detroit's kind of coming up a little, whatever. But we ain't scared of nobody. We can mess around and get 50-something wins, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that's all I want, man. And that's what I think. And Mike Brown's shown he ain't scared to go down the bench a little bit.
Man, come on, bro. First of all, you know he ain't scared because you've seen him do it to the point where it drives you crazy. Like Mike Brown is like, look at the bench and grab the random 2K looking dude with the 2K sneakers on. Hey! Yeah. Mike Brown does stuff like that. He's the opposite of the dude that was here, right? The dude that was here only played the dudes with the stars under their feet, right? Mike Brown grabs the dude. Mike Brown will grab the dude like the Irish looking dude with the dreads with the gray 2K sneakers on, and you like, you know that's 2K generated. That's a 2K generated player right there, bro. He looked like the Lucky Charms dude, but except he had hood cornrows. You know, so you know he didn't generated dude, bro. Mike Brown will overtinker, right? Like I wouldn't be surprised to see Pacome Dottie play in the backcourt this year, bro. I mean, with Mike Brown, with Mike Brown, he legitimately is not the mad scientist, but the Elon Musk of NBA coaches. He's going to try everything, even if that means going to another planet, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude is going to try everything, even if that means, yo, I got to go to another planet, right? And I'm talking about the genius Elon Musk. I'm not talking about the politics and all that stuff. So if I'm offended somebody by that, that's not my intent. My intent was talking about like how a human is not afraid to dabble. That's Mike Brown. Because if you thought Mike Brown coming here was going to be kind of Tibbs, but experiment a little bit more, no. He's the opposite of Tibbs in everything, except he's another coach like Tibbs that's bounced around a lot. That's the main thing they have in common. They've been at different places, and they've had the unfortunate task of trying to turn around franchises that were not turnaroundable, if that's a word. You know. And so the thing with him is I wouldn't be surprised to see Cat and Huck Porty play together. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mitch and Yabusele play together. Right? I wouldn't be surprised to see any two combination of those four people playing together. If he goes zone, if they go zone, I wouldn't be surprised to see three of them dudes play together. If Mike Brown is going to zone, backline zone, I would, hey man, you put Yabusele in the middle and Cat on one box and Mitch on the other box and have those big scrambling, shutting down passing lanes and driving lanes instead of being posted in front of the rim. Right? Because I think one of the things that we forget about in defense is not just all about stopping people at the rim. What about driving lanes and passing lanes and point of attack defense and things of that sort where you can shut down certain stuff where you're not always worried about somebody scoring at the rim? So I'm like, they be having names like John Smith. Yeah,
Yeah.
on 2K. On 2K. Yeah.
Yeah, them all-time teams like the 9th, 10th, and 12th, 11th guy on the bench.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody
man.
named John Smith.
Yeah.
Yo, I had a there was a 2K player, I think it was this year, a dude named DeAndre Gallagher. And I'm like, DeAndre Gallagher, really?
John Brown. That's it.
But to their credit, to the credit of 2K, them great 2K sneakers be crispy, boy. They'll never be beat. They'll never be beat. Them great 2K sneakers be crispy. Frizz, what's good, bro?
Yeah, and I guess we met on them all-time teams because sometimes I look forward to them back of the roster guys.
Yeah, man.
Like, man, I want to put in Monty Williams, bro. Or like Dave Corzine.
Dave Corzine. I remember Dave.
Like them guys. Like
I remember Dave Corzine, bro. That's who Hartenstein reminded me of when he first got to the Knicks. Until they let that man play. Once they let that man play, though, and he could get in his bag a little bit. Remember when Hartenstein was here, they was like, no, don't do none of that stuff, bro. Just go in there, give Mitch a breather. Don't do none of that fancy schmancy stuff. Hey, coach, you got anything before we get out of here, bro?
Nah, man. Like I said, I'm happy. I'm happy to be a Knicks fan. I don't have to hide and make excuses anymore. At this point, it's win or shut up. I don't know. There ain't much.
Right.
There shouldn't be no excuses this year, bro. Everything's laid out. Like, this is the year. I mean,
this is the year.
I'm not saying Halliburton and Jason Tatum are in any kind of league as MJ. But this is MJ went to go play baseball. That's the feeling I'm having in the offseason, the same feeling.
Oh, boy, you saying we're going to lose to the Rockets. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hey, everybody, thank y'all for coming through, man. We appreciate y'all. Right, I'm gonna do a little bit of echo and essence after this. Just a little bit, man, like 30 minutes. Just do like a little chop up. Phones be ringing. You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, man, y'all know I got to get on these phones, man. It's that time of the year when it's super busy and all that stuff, man. Thank y'all for coming through and rocking. And so for Coach Malpica, the entire Blanche Tears family, man, y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We're going to holler at y'all later. Peace, everybody.
Peace out. Go Knicks.